What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews back at it again with another hometown take. Today I'm talking about the Atlanta Hawks and well, 2 losses in a row for the Atlanta Hawks, and Hawks just didn't quite have it tonight on the offensive end or the defensive end, frankly, as they lose 103-94 to the Dallas Mavericks. Trae Young was not better than Luka tonight. I will tell you that overall. You know I'm taking Trae Young over Luka, but tonight Luka had it, even with the 5 fouls, almost fouling out. But like I said, Hawks just didn't have it on offense or defense tonight to get the job done. So we'll talk about it, but first, you guys know what's going on. Gotta handle some business. Make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to a win. Hopefully we can get on another winning streak here. We do have some winnable games coming up. We'll talk about it, but need to first and foremost get 1 win, and we're going the opposite direction right now, getting 2 losses in a row. So we'll see what happens in the games coming up. So buy me a coffee if you can. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Cause podcast. Me and girl SymoneWithTheSports, as she likes to say, are talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, and share it out to your friends so they can do all the same things. All right, guys, like I said, Hawks lose this one 94-103 to the Dallas Mavericks. And Dallas did a heck of a job moving the ball tonight. Definitely want to give them more credit where credit is due on offense. Did a heck of a job moving the ball. Shot the ball very well, 44% from the 3-point line, as they were 16 of 36. And defensively, they got Trae Young feeling uncomfortable. They double teamed him a lot, made other guys hurt us, and other guys had good nights. John Collins had 22 points, 18 rebounds, 14 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, with a steal and assist as well. So good night for John Collins. DeAndre Hunter was, solid. Did what he usually do. 14 points, 6 rebounds, had 2 assists. Clint Capella, usual night, 8 points, 9 rebounds. But Clint, tonight wasn't his kind of game. Dallas does have a smaller lineup, but they're shiftier. So, he didn't get to see as many minutes as 20 as he usually does, just because it wasn't a good matchup tonight for Clint. So having him out there at times is a liability. We saw him get shooken up by Luka Doncic late in the 4th quarter. Trae Young pressing way too much in the beginning of the game. He did find a nice flow. There were a couple possessions back to back where he, found John Collins for the alley-oop jam, or found John Collins on the assist, and, looked like he had settled into the game, was okay with, okay, I'm not going to be the leading scorer tonight. That's fine. Let me just dish it out. Finished with 17 and 11, but 0 of 6 from 3, was not feeling it from 3, 6 and 19 overall from the field. So not very efficient night for Trae Young. Not a good shooting night for Trae Young either. 0 for his last 10 from 3-point range. He was 0 for 4 against Toronto and 0 of 6 today in Dallas. So not good shooting these past 2 games from Trae Young, but shooter's gonna go through slumps here and there. He'll get out of it eventually, but tonight was one of those nights. So Trae Young just not a very good shooting night, pressing a little bit too much. And that pressing came back a little bit at times during the 4th quarter. He made a couple of bad decisions, and he could just tell sometimes he was just really trying to do too much. And he's got to learn how to do that and affect the game positively for the Hawks in other ways when the shot isn't going down. He does a good job passing the ball always, but he's got to find other ways to get the Hawks in position to win, even when his shot's not going down, whether that's, going to the free throw line, driving and kicking it out. He's got to do something else. Like I said, he had a nice flow there in the 3rd quarter when the Hawks were, Hawks and Mavericks were exchanging blows. Like I said, he was finding JC, but in the 4th quarter and then definitely early on in the game, he was pressing way too much. Just tell he had a little too much juice, a little too hype for this game, which, it's good to, be ready and hyped up to play. I want that fire to be there for Trae Young, but I don't want it to end up in turnovers and him pressing. So, like I said, Trae Young, 17 points, 11 assists. Kevin Huerter, he was, the Hawks were 5 of 25 from 3. That's 20%. Kevin Huerter had 3 of those 3s, or 3 of those 5 threes, I should say, as he was 3 of 8. So he had 3 of the Hawks' 5 threes. The other 2 came from Danilo Gallinari and Bogey Bogdanovic. Danilo, speaking of him, had 11 points, 5 rebounds. And Bogey, just 5 points. Not a good shooting night from him either. 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Just 6 rebounds, 3 assists for Bogey. And Onyeka Okongwu, 4 points. You know, he had some good moments, but, you know, overall, not one of his shining games. But DeLon Wright had 2 points. You know, not much he did. He helped on the defensive end though. So, you know, the Hawks defense was bad at times, but overall looking at it, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely was not what it needed to be. The Mavericks, though, did do a very good job moving the ball around and making that Hawks defense work. And I think that's what the Hawks need to do a little bit more of, too. We don't make the defense move around enough. I mean, that ball was lively on the Dallas Mavericks and passing the ball around, moving it around, making that Hawks defense move and shift around. Hawks need to do a little bit more of that. I do like, you know, the pick and roll game, obviously, but we need to pass the ball around a little bit more, too. Find some cutters. So I would like to see the Hawks adopt that a little bit into their offensive play style a little bit. But, you know, I don't coach in the NBA. That's just me. But Hawks defensively, like I said, they were good and they had active hands at times. You know, Trae Young did a good job. You know, he had active hands sometimes. Kevin Huerter, you know, had a couple of good moments and steals. You know, John Collins as well. Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu both had some blocks. You know, so defensively it was good at times, but towards the end of the game, you know, the Dallas Mavericks moving the ball very well. And we all, I'm sure, saw Trae Young get, you know, pump faked out of his, you know, shoes, and he jumped, and Reggie Bullock just watched him soar by into the crowd, and then he nailed the dagger 3. So, you know, a little bit too much of that tonight. You know, some defensive rotations were bad, and so, you know, at some point we let the Mavericks get one too many offensive rebounds. We did win the second chance points battle. Last time I saw it was about 20-13. Don't know if that was the final number. Hawks were in favor 20-13. But we let the Mavericks get one too many second chance points. So, you know, Hawks just didn't quite have it tonight, and especially not from 3. 5 of 25, 20% from 3. Only shot 38.9% from the field. Compared to the Mavericks, 43% from the field and 44% from 3. Mavs made big threes when they needed to. Hawks did not. And, you know, just Hawks got to shoot better, obviously. It's a make or miss league. And, you know, defense rotations could be a little bit better. But, again, the defense wasn't bad tonight. Just Mavericks made some big shots, and we had some timely mistakes. But overall defense wasn't bad, only giving up 103 points for today's NBA. That's not too terribly bad. But the Mavericks didn't shoot the lights out either. Like I said, they did heat up on their threes towards the end at 44%. But field goal wasn't too crazy at 43%. Just to go over the Mavericks box solos, Dorian Finney-Smith had 11 points. Reggie Bullock had 22 points. He made a couple of dagger threes. He was 6 of 10 from 3. It was like, you know, in the game, getting that game 2 versus the Knicks. This was a little nuisance and was hitting all the gosh dang threes. Dwight Powell had 12 points. All the Mavericks starters in double figures, actually, now that I look at it. Jalen Brunson had 22 points. He got in foul trouble, too. He had 5 fouls at 1 point. Luka and Jalen Brunson both were on the bench with 5 fouls at 1 point. It was crazy. Trey Burke had to lead the ship. He didn't do too bad of a job, though. He finished with 7 points. Luka Doncic, triple-double, 18 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds for Luka. Reggie Bullock had 22 points and 9 rebounds, too. Goodness. He had more rebounds than Dwight Powell. He was the center. But like I said, Mavericks hit some timely threes, and Hawks couldn't hit some timely shots when they needed to. A couple of shots were tough and didn't go down. Like I said, defensive rotation could have been a little bit better, but defense wasn't bad overall. So yeah, just Mavs had a little bit more than the Hawks did, and really every quarter was pretty even until that fourth quarter. Dallas pulled away just a little bit, but Dallas won the first quarter 29-26. Won the second quarter by 25-24. Tied in the third quarter 26-26, and then they just pulled away in the fourth 23-18. So, you know, there wasn't a breakout quarter by either team really. It's just, you know, again, just squeaked out by Dallas. They got defensive stops when they needed to, and Atlanta missed some shots when they really needed to make them, and Dallas made the shots when they needed to make them. So just a pretty even kill game, but Dallas made more plays down the stretch, guys. That's really the best way to put it. Let me know how you're feeling about this game in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins, and a win to start out because we need some wins. Gotta start stacking some wins together, guys. We're still 10th, but you know, the Knicks and, you know, other teams are right there as well. 25 and 28 we are now overall. Mavericks advanced to 31 and 23. Buy me a coffee if you can, though, to help fuel this channel. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast with me and girl Symone with the Sports, or talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, head coaches, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, and share it out to your friends so they can do all the same things. But real quick, actually, before I let you go, guys, we Hawks got some winnable games coming up. Hopefully they can get it done. We look at the upcoming schedule here. We got the Pacers next. That will be on, let me scroll down and find it. We got the Pacers next. That'll be on Tuesday. And then we got San Antonio, two teams that, you know, are not tanking, but, you know, have probably thrown in the towel this season. Got the Pacers and the Spurs. Then we got a big-time Boston game on Sunday, ABC game, Sunday primetime game, 2 p.m. on Sunday. That'll be at Boston, and so in TD Garden. Then we got Cleveland. Man, Cleveland boosted up today, trading for Caris, LeVert for draft picks and Ricky Rubio, who's out for the rest of the season. So Cleveland's scary, and they were already scary before that trade. But then we got Orlando, then Chicago, then Toronto again, then Boston, then Chicago again. Then, you know, ease up a little bit with Washington and Detroit, and we're in March now that we have Milwaukee and the Clippers. But, you know, focusing on let's focus on the next 5 games. So that's Indiana, San Antonio, Boston, and Cleveland and Orlando. We should beat Indiana. We should beat San Antonio. We can beat Boston. It'll be a tough game. We can beat Boston. Cleveland will be a good test for us, good measuring stick test to see exactly where we're at. And then we should beat Orlando. So in these next couple of games, we at least need to go, in these next 5 games, we at least need to go 3-2. That's what we need to shoot for. Really need to be going 4-1 or even 5-0, but we'll see how it goes. But at least need to go 3-2. Get back close to 500. Need to get back to 500. But Hawks got to start stringing some wins together, guys. With these streaks, we're running out of time. You know, only got a handful of games left until the end of the season. So a little over halfway. We got to start making some shake, making some things happen. But let me know again how you feeling about the Hawks in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel about how this game shaped out. Again, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, buy me a coffee if you can, and subscribe to Tough Calls podcast. But hey, gotta stay positive, guys. Gotta stay true to Atlanta. And until I talk to you guys next time, stay true to Atlanta, believe in Atlanta. Go Hawks. Peace.